Alright, so I've been getting quite a few comments and DMs on my Instagram regarding the BRZ build, everything I've done, so I thought I'd do a quick little walk around video here and go over everything, go over the specs, details, the build. Starting off on the outside, running the Volk TE37s. These are 18 by 9.5 plus 40 offset. Pretty much perfect fitment for the 8.6 chassis. I am running a 3mm slip-on spacer from Part Shop Max in the front. Just give a little bit more clearance for the big brake kit. These are the factory Brembos that come with the Performance Pack BRZ. Just decided to paint those a burnt orange to kind of go back to that early 2000s Subaru style. Also have the red letters on there. Tires are a 255 35/18, just some generic all seasons in the front, and I have a 245 35/18 in the rear, just so it tucks up in that fender a little bit better. I was running 255s in all four corners, but had slight rubbing issues on bumps in the rear, so I thought I'd downsize to a 245. I'm not running a spacer in the rear just because the rear Brembos are quite a bit smaller, so plenty of room, no need for the spacer in the rear. Then I'm just running some generic silver spline lug nuts. As far as suspension goes, I'm running the Tein Flex Z coilovers. They are maxed out front and rear. Give it that nice look. No aftermarket control arms in the rear other than SPC toe arms, just to get those alignment settings back. I'm running a -2 camber in the rear, 1.8 in the front. Give you a better view of that from the front. Pretty flush in the front. I also have these eBay side markers in the smoked lens. Matches the black paint really well. Kind of gives it a little bit of a cleaner look on the outside of the car. Like my third set of those. Clips break too easily. I'm running the stock exhaust just with some aftermarket tips welded on, just to give it a more aggressive look. This is my daily driver, so I didn't want anything too loud. Sit in traffic for about an hour a day, so didn't want anything too annoying. But still wanted to get a little bit more of an aggressive look to those tips, because the factory ones sit in quite a bit farther. Do have some roof racks on here as well. These are the Yakima racks. There's not really any good way to mount these to a BRZ other than to just drill them into the roof. So it is a pretty permanent option. But I do carry kayaks on here in the summertime, so I needed something that was really sturdy anyway, so I didn't mind drilling these in. They just sit right in the weather stripping channels there. I've had some people asking me on Instagram if these are loud on the freeway, but these are the streamline racks, so they really don't make any noise at all on the freeway. Super quiet. As far as engine mods go, everything is pretty stock other than a Perrin intake tube to delete the sound actor that goes into the cabin. A little bit better efficiency there, and I also have a K&N Moving on to the interior, kind of was going for that OEM Plus style. It's like JDM style as well. So I got the checkered floor mats from P2M. I have a dash mat that I got on eBay, not sure the brand on that. Really like that, kind of reduces the glare. I also have an eBay armrest here that looks exactly like the OEM version, just about $170 cheaper. I haven't had any issues with this. Really good quality leather, or I guess fake leather feel, but matches the rest of the interior really well. I have this little likewise shifter pattern that goes in the blank space in between the two traction control buttons. I'm also running a likewise button on the e-brake, as well as the likewise RTLX reverse lockout system. Really like this. Allows you to put your fingers right here and go into reverse quite a bit easier than if you just had the one that goes like this. Kind of gives it a cool racy look as well. This is the racing shift knob. Not sure the name, I think it's called the Ashiko. Got some suede on the outside, so it's not too hot when it gets really warm in the summertime. Also did the OEM Subaru black shifter trim here, just kind of make this whole thing look a little more cohesive. Did replace the head unit with this Sony XAV-AX. Really like this unit. It's a Apple CarPlay compatible. Has really good EQ settings for the sound system. I did get the Metra dash kit to match to the OEM dash kit as well. Super pleased with the quality of that. This is just a little cup holder that clips onto the vent that I zip tied in there so it doesn't fall out while I'm driving. Shout out Nick Ramirez, 8.6 style god. I'm running a subwoofer in the car, as well as a 5-channel amp going to all the factory speakers. It's a 10-inch Rockford Fosgate P3. Slim in this truck box. Fits really nicely in the trunk here and doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And it's a Phoenix Gold 1000 watt 5-channel amp. Also got this OEM Toyota 86 carpet mat to go in the trunk here. Looks a lot better than the factory plate that was underneath there. Yeah, super pleased with that. You don't need too big of a sub in these cars since the cabin is pretty small. And the factory speakers are really bad as it comes, so a little upgrade goes a long way. Yeah, that about wraps up everything that I've done to the BRZ. Try to keep it nice and simple. This is my daily, like I mentioned. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop a comment. I'll get back to you. Thanks.